Everyone, I'm Christine Earthheart, if we've never met.
Hearts?
Founders of the Center for Thriving Relationships. And this call is really an opportunity for anyone who is feeling this kind of nudge, this calling to explore the possibility of being a relationship coach. We just want to give you a sneak peek, a look at what it's actually like inside the program and answer all of your questions. So we're here in any ways. We'll kind of go through the program, and at the very end, we'll leave time for questions. So just hold on to any that you have, and we'll make sure we get them all answered. But we're so incredibly grateful and excited and honored to have you here. And it says so much about anybody tuning into this, that your heart that is just called to serve and to help support others in experiencing the kind of relationship they've always wanted.
We truly want to applaud your inspiration to be of service to the world and to do it in a way, that really comes from your heart and that impacts the most important parts of other people's lives. So I know that's what really drives us to do this work in the world. We could have gone in a lot of different directions, and we chose this direction because it was really clear to us, like, this is the work that can have just the greatest impact in the world. The relationships tend to be the most important things in our lives. And so anything we can do to improve that, to reduce suffering, maximize connection and love, that's the work that we are called to do and want to do.
Absolutely. So this program, just to give you it's really for people who are wanting to do a deep immersive dive into your own relationship. So there's a whole element of it that's really focused on personal transformation. It's really personal transformation, learning how to facilitate these repeatable, predictable, powerful breakthroughs for other couples, and then also how to develop a business around it. So some of you, it's going to be really an inner journey. You're going to be applying the tools in all your relationships. Others of you, you're wanting kind of a side gig, something that has more purpose and meaning and fulfillment, and it's something that lights you up and inspires you. Or you're wanting to make a career change, or maybe you've been home with the kids and you're ready for a new career, or you're looking for kind of a career in the second half of life. Whatever it might be, you are in the right place, absolutely. And what we're going to do here, we're going to share our screen so you can kind of follow along. We have it so that we're signed in as a student. So let's just pull this up. And if you're not familiar with our story, please check out, we just recently shared another master class on the 5 keys to getting powerful results as a relationship coach. And we went there more fully into our own journey and what moves us so deeply to do this work. And we're so happy to share any of that with you. And you'll see lots of that over here. So this is really an opportunity to get a peek inside. What is it like for students once you enroll? So it's a 6-month journey, and it includes a combination of training calls that are really full of PowerPoints and slides and tools and the science of relationships, the heart. So it's really, really practical. Our aim is that people with absolutely no experience whatsoever, by the end of these 6 months, you will be in awe of the healing and transformation and breakthroughs that you are empowered to facilitate, that you will really be in the less than 1% of humanity with what you know about relationships. And, there are people who are kind, successful, all the things, and they're totally lost when it comes to their relationships. So people are more open to it than ever. They're hungrier for it than ever. And our world needs so much more of this. So you will have all of the concrete tools. And then we also have Q&A calls every week. So Brett and I come on live together, and that's more it's like a sharing circle. We share about our own personal insights and breakthroughs and wins and appreciations in our lives. And then we're just here to answer any of your questions that come up over the course of the week. And you can submit those ahead of time, and then we'll answer them whether you can join us live or not. So that's always available. And then partner calls.
Partner calls are your opportunity to practice the tools and concepts with each other. We have this amazing community of people, just some of the best people in the world, biggest hearts in the world. And you get this opportunity to do the partner calls with these kind of like-minded, like-hearted people, where you get to kind of role play the coach and client roles with each other. And the feedback we get from students is that it's like amazing free coaching for one, and then you also get to experience and that role, playing that role of the coach, and that experience is so valuable. It really sets you up to be very successful with your clients when you're doing it in the real world.
Yeah, and you'll just have a wonderful sense of community as well when you're connecting with your classmates on those calls. So weekly trainings, weekly live Q&As, which are totally optional, and then weekly partner calls on those practice sessions. And those are optional. We just require a handful of them for graduation. Most people choose to opt into those because they're so meaningful, and we have the time scattered to cater to different people. And then as we're further into the program, we actually just started today with one of the cohorts, the business boot camp. So that's an 8-week training that we do one every week, where we actually go through. And we'll show you what that looks like on the inside, but that's kind of the overview, and we'll show you what that looks like. So welcome. This is as if you were a student signing in to the program. So here's a little orientation. As soon as you start, we have a little video there for you. And this just shows you everything that's inside. So here's the welcome. You'll see we have a book reading and listening schedule. So here we read 4 books during the program, and they are ones that really supplement the material we go over with the science. So we really try to be whole brain, appealing to, again, the heart of relating, the spirit of relating, as well as what is the research in science, because you're going to want to have that information available to you when you're working with couples, because it really will appeal to some people that maybe are a little weary, like, does this really work? You're gonna be like, actually, here's the research. Here's what's happening in the brain when it comes to sexuality and communication, what happens during times of stress and bonding and attachment and all these things you will understand, and you will be able to really back up. And so that's why we've included the books that we have in the course. This is just the reading schedule as you're going through it. Amazing books that we love and recommend wholeheartedly.
Yeah, ones that you want to be really familiar with, because these are great resources that you would want to refer clients to in certain situations.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have here is just some additional resources. So every week we are sharing with you little video clips of little modern videos, and that you can share when you're in sessions with your clients, and or additional resources if you want to dive deeper into things. So we want to make sure that you have absolutely everything you need set up fully for success. You don't need, these are just kind of added, but we always add them to this link here. We have a Facebook group, which we won't click on just to protect the privacy of those in there. But again, those that are wanting community, you can engage as much or little as you want. But they're just the most amazing humans from around the world that are drawn to this program. And so we have a private Facebook group where we have weekly community questions that we answer, and ways that we just support each other, resources that we share, questions that people are like, this happened in a session, what would you do in this moment? So we learn so much from one another, a totally private, confidential group. So that just happens to be the link for that. And then here's Andrea.
And I want to welcome.
And she's so wonderful. So she is our lead kind of coach in the program. So we teach all of the modules. We do the Q&A call. Andrea, though, she facilitates those partner calls, and she is masterful and has a heart of gold.
Yes.
We love our Andrea so
Me
much.
too.
So she's just saying hello there, and this just explains kind of how the partner calls work. Here's the graduation requirement. So if you're wondering what's required, so 8 coaching sessions. So you go through all the modules, and we have a tiny little love quiz. It's 5 questions. It's fun. It's really a way to solidify your learning. You can take it as many times as you want. And then there are 8 coaching sessions that you just want to do sometime over the course of the program. You can graduate after the 6 months if need be, but rest assured, you don't have to think about that at all. We get you set up for absolute success. So you know exactly, there's truly a formula. Like, okay, if you use these 5 tools in the first session, clients are going to be blown away and so excited to come back. So we map out the first 10 sessions for you, so you literally know exactly what to do. And our students, again and again and again and again, they're just in awe. It is so empowering, and it gives people so much confidence because you know just what to do. And for the clients that you serve, just to have all these ahas and all these insights and breakthroughs, and to be so grateful because you have helped them in the one area of their life that means more to them than anything else.
In the 6 partner calls, that's just to we want to get you exposed to doing those partner calls. And once you do them, there's a good chance that you're going to love them, and you're going to realize how valuable they are to becoming the greatest coach that you can be. But if you have other outlets in your life, like if you want to kind of practice the concepts and the tools with friends, with a partner, with clients, some people in the program are going to come into it already with a private practice. Then, if the partner calls don't serve you, just do your 6 and that's good enough.
Yeah, indeed. And then the little love quizzes. So those are the main components, is that you'll go through all the modules, take the little love quizzes, attend some of the partner calls, and do your graduation sessions. And those don't need to be recorded, those graduation sessions. You are just journaling about them and submitting those to us. And then we do have a live graduation ceremony. So this is just when you sign into the course, we kind of go over those nuts and bolts at the beginning, but we cannot emphasize enough that you don't even have to think about that until you're on to week 13, 14 in the program. And we walk you every step. You are held every moment of the journey. Any question, we really are committed. No question goes unanswered. Any support that is needed, we have you. Our team is amazing and just cares so deeply about loving and supporting the people that are out there loving and supporting the world. Okay, so here's questions or need anything at all. We've got, of course, our contact info. And then here's the schedule for live calls. So there are those three calls we do live: our Q&A call, the partner practice calls, and then business boot camp. Because business boot camp, we do workshop style. So we just actually had one today. We just kicked off week 1, and so amazing. Actually, week 1, I want everybody by the end of the hour to have a brand new client intake form that is just ready to go. And so we do it all together and actually have them up here. We were just together just an hour ago. Look at these. They have these amazing client intake forms. They just completed in 1 hour, because that is the power of community and doing things together. And my passion is to make the business side as easy. These are all the students' work. I just had some of them up there. So you'll have those live calls. So here's just the live call schedule. So you'll see a variety of times. We really stagger the times. So here's from people that are currently in there. So we have calls on Tuesdays, Andrea does partner calls. Wednesdays are business boot camp. Thursdays are Q&A calls. And again, sometimes they're at noon, sometimes they're at 4, sometimes they're at 7, but those 3 days of the week.
Yeah, so we shift those times because we have students in different time zones and we want to make them accessible to everybody.
Yeah. And then we put catch-up weeks in there every now and then, just about every 5 or 6 weeks, so that you can take a deep breath, just replenish, nourish, and also get caught up so that you don't fall behind in any way. And if you don't finish in the 6 months, it's okay. We love you just the same. And we want to also support you in really keeping the momentum with the rest of the group. So that's the live call calendar.
Yeah, but you can see there that Christine and I are doing live question answer sessions every week. And that really is a wonderful opportunity to spend time with us and for us to get to know each other and the community. That is really a very valuable place to bring your questions, but also to experience that sense of community that, a lot of people, want to, get in this program.
Yeah. Yes. And calls are always recorded. So if you can't be there, you can always catch us on the replay. And for the first time, we've never done this, really, truly, is offer people the opportunity for their partner to go through the whole program with them. So your partner can go through it with you. They can get certified as well, as long as they meet the requirements, totally for free. We just want to support you in having that meaningful experience with your sweetheart. And we want you to have the best experience possible. And we're just really hoping, it's completely optional, but for some of you that will really enrich your own experience and allow you to really apply the tools and transform your own relationship and add value. And then also, the more you do that, you'll be an even more equipped coach to support other couples. So we've had plenty of single people take this program, or that we've typically not had that many couples in it because this hasn't been something we've offered. We don't know if we'll do it again, but for this particular cohort, we are offering people the opportunity just to have your partner get certified right by your side for free, if that would serve you.
Yeah, that was such a big part of our journey. The first year of the Center for Thriving Relationships, it was really just Christine and I, and we were doing almost all of our sessions that first year together. So it'd be us and a couple, so the 4 of us in a room. And that's really when we kind of developed, the vast majority of kind of our tools and concepts was when we were kind of doing that work together. And it was such a wonderful experience for us. We kind of, after about a year, we were just way too busy with clients, and it was kind of sad, but we had to kind of split up and work with, different clients just because, we didn't have enough hours in the day. But there was such a wonderful bonding experience for us to go through. And so if anybody out there, wants to have that similar experience, we just wanted to make it available to you, and also value that when doing this work as a coach individually, all right, we can be totally 100% effective. And there's something magical about doing it with our partner, just kind of modeling the concepts and the work, for our clients, like together, right there in session. It's just a kind of very unique experience for clients. And, by offering, for people's partners to kind of do the certification, as for free, basically. Then if that would create any more of that work in the world of like couples, helping couples, then we would be so tickled, right? We would be so joyful, for that to happen.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So again, no pressure whatsoever to do that. And also, even if your partner doesn't do it with you, you're welcome to ask questions about your own relationship when we do those Q&A calls. So we are here to support you on your own journey, you and your relationship, and also you as a coach. Because if you ask questions about your relationship, it helps all of us as coaches. And we always give kind of the angle. And here's how you'd help a couple who is going through that particular situation. So, all right. So let's go through the modules. So here's what a module looks like. So you'll see we have the videos each time. The sound might come on here when I click.
Hello.
So there's like the videos, there's slides each time. You'll see the slides, go through all the tools, everything. So here's just kind of an example of what slides might look like from one particular week. So there's so much information. And then there's handouts every week. And the handouts are ones that you get to use your own practice. You have the full rights to use these tools. They're tools that we created out of, our own journey and all the research we've done. That's the one thing that we found lacking in so many other programs and workshops and retreats and all the things that we've done, is having really concrete tools that we can use as coaches that empower us and give us confidence. We know exactly what to do. And clients cannot tell you enough how clients rave about these tools, that they get to go home. Like they love, like, oh, what's the next tool? When you are equipped with 50 plus of them that you can just reproduce, you can make them your own. And you're going to add so much value to clients' lives because they get to learn a whole vocabulary, and it's undeniable what you are sharing with them. And you always have more to share that you'll be excited to share with them. So it keeps them coming back as well. So there's home play every week, that you can do as much or little as of that as you might want to do, but it's kind of our recommendations to get the most out of the program. And then here's an example of a little love quiz. So there really are kind of easy and fun, but also are exciting when you realize, like, oh, I've just learned all that stuff. So the first week is really our orientation. It's really setting your intentions. And then we really move into all the juiciness of relationships. So module 2 is all about moving couples beyond the power struggle and into a new paradigm of thriving relationships.
Yeah, so we go over the stages of relationships, which is so important, the pillars of a thriving relationship. And, we've done so many different trainings over the years. And what we've found is like there's no one system that really works, for everything. And, so we combined, these 6 pillars as a way to make sure that we're really serving every client. Understanding attachment is extremely important, but attachment doesn't explain 100% of the challenges that clients experience by not even close. And so we need to understand. We need to have this like more holistic vision of relationships, one that kind of goes over personal responsibility, which, the personal kind of growth, say movement, it really, tends to, push personal responsibility. So that's really important. But there are times to apply that, and there's times not to. There's times where it's actually more important to prioritize attachment or communication. So, yeah, and so we go over all these 6 areas, and we really train you to know like which one to make a priority in different situations that your couples are going to be coming in and kind of struggling with.
Yes, over the course of the 6 months, we go through all of these. You are so well versed in how to help couples take personal responsibility, how to create a deeply, securely attached relationships, how to repair after the inevitable conflict of relationships, how to communicate in a whole radical new way that is actually effective, where they both feel heard and understood and appreciated. We'll talk about the positive love account and the multitude of ways to keep it full. And then we'll go over touch and sexuality, because these are really, when a couple is struggling, we can easily kind of diagnose, not really diagnose, but we can easily tell like, oh, here are the pillars that are a little weaker, and you will know exactly how to strengthen them. So that's just one little part of getting this whole new paradigm of thriving relationships. We go over the pillars, but you'll see. So this is just module 2. So you'll see you get handouts for your clients. Again, there's, we explain kind of how you use the handouts. You're fully trained on how to utilize each one, all the nuances of using them. So lots of handouts, and then notes about how to use the handouts. Lots of handouts here. So many that you'll have to share with people. And then always a love quiz, and then the partner exercises. So you'll see each week, and you get to choose, whatever module you're on, you'll bring to the partner call. So it doesn't matter where you are, you'll never be behind. You just pick whichever one you're on, and we give you exactly the tool that you get to utilize when you're in the partner call. Okay, so let's move through these kind of quickly. So module 3 is all about communication. So number one reason couples will reach out to you for support is because they're like, we speak different language. I try to explain this and they just don't hear me. You will know exactly how to get couples talking in a whole new way, how to speak so their partner will actually hear them, how to listen in a way that transforms how your partner speaks, various like formulas and methodologies that, oh my gosh, so good, so extraordinary to witness couples finally, like the lights turn on, they can finally understand each other for the first time. So this is actually a 2-part, this module. Here's part 1 of the communication essentials. So again, there's always video training, there's slides, there's handouts. So here's, the videos each week, fun music. You'll see always just the slides, and you'll see we're over in the corner. You can see our faces. Then we've got module 4 is all about cultivating secure attachment. And
secure attachment, it's so important to understand attachment theory, and why it's relevant and how it applies to romantic relationships. Without a foundation of secure attachment, people are in primal panic. The reason why we see so much drama in romantic relationships is because there's insecure attachment. And so when we understand what creates secure attachment, we can do this dramatically help and support people to decrease the drama, or even just like pretty much vanquish the drama and really enjoy what they have.
Yeah, you'll start to understand like, oh my goodness, how insecure attachment is at the root of so many relationship challenges, and people completely miss that that's the case, and what raw spots are, and how to really heal from those old attachment wounds that happened in prior relationships or earlier on in their current relationship. So this will forever change your life and how you see every relationship in your own life. So we'll do a deep dive into attachment, because it's just so extraordinary for us to understand how we are all hardwired for love and connection, what happens when we don't feel that, and how to create that in our most important relationship. So again, you've got slides, you've got handouts, you've got assessments. So here's like how to help a couple assess, is the relationship securely attached? I don't know. Early imprints. What were the early imprints around attachment? What was it like growing up? What about raw spots? You're going to learn to assess for raw spots and identify the raw spots, how to heal from the raw spots. So much goodness. Okay, module 5 is all about helping couples break free from their repetitive cycle.
And again, this is related to attachment styles. People's different attachment styles create very predictable, repetitive cycles that they get stuck in. And people can be in these repetitive cycles for decades, easily be kind of caught in them for decades. And if we understand what the repetitive cycle is, if we really study it and start getting in front of it, then we can really train our clients to be able to easily find the off ramp to the repetitive cycle. And really this just saves like so much suffering. So this is one of the kind of most powerful, helpful tools that we have.
Yeah. So of course, all of the trainings, we're kind of guiding you through it. So you almost get to be the client and we're guiding you through it. And then you know exactly how to facilitate it, which takes like a certain skill set, and we'll make sure you know exactly how to do that. Here's attachment assurances, so your clients know just the medicine that's going to get them to a securely attached relationship. The breakthrough and repair system. So this is all about one of our communication tools, how to create really a breakthrough for your clients around anything, any small or large issue, how to help them go from the challenge to a new solution that really works for both of them and meets both of their needs. And in the process, for them to understand each other in a whole new way and to really reconnect and see each other's hearts once again. So attachment injuries, relationship traumas, we'll talk about those, and then how to heal from them, and how to move forward and upward into the future together. Again, so many different tools and handouts. Module 7 is about the power of the love account and keeping it full. So important. So our model of thriving relationships, it isn't just about repair work and fixing the issue. It's also about creating a thriving relationship. So people aren't coming to you just to fix what isn't working. It's also like, we want to grow and develop into the greatest version of our love. And this is why I think this absolutely sets our model apart from others. So what we found in our own practice, so often people come to us because it feels like our sessions are so meaningful and they feel so renewed, so reconnected. It feels like a date night, where some other models, people will go to couples coaching or couples counseling, and they end up feeling so much worse afterwards. They're like, okay, now we know all of our issues. Now they feel even more magnified. We feel even more disconnected. So our dream is that we create a model that is sustainable, that feels good, that's fun for couples. I mean, we do the deep nitty-gritty work, and it's so full of relief and so full of ahas that it just is going to be so much better for you as the coach, because people are going to want to keep coming back for more, and they're going to do even deeper healing and growth as they grow the good. So we're really transforming what's not working, but we're also growing and strengthening a whole world of possibilities to have a relationship better than anything they could imagine. So that's what module 7 really dives into.
And we'll also train you on how to present love languages. And, such a great concept. Thank you, Gary Chapman. And we'll train you on how to work with your clients and their love languages most effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. Module 8, helping couples create a strengths-based relationship. So again, so passionate about this model of really growing the good, while we also do the deep work. We love little cards. We've designed a variety of card decks that all of you get to use as coaches in your sessions and to give as gifts to your clients. We've got Rituals of Connection. We have Friends First card, empathy cards, date night discovery cards. They're like different decks that you get to print up, and that you can print up as many as you want. You can send them off to be printed. They're so wonderful. So we give you all sorts of exercises to create workshops. Lots of our clients are teaching and doing trainings and workshops and retreats for couples. Some are working, just solely one-on-one. So that's module 8. Module 9, communication part 2.
So the majority of people will come in and say the reason why they're really coming in is because they're having communication problems. They just need to be able to communicate better. So it's so big. This is a huge part of giving your client kind of what they think they're coming in for. And often what they think they're coming in for is maybe not what they need the most, but we also want to deliver on what they think they're coming in for. And communication is a way that we can actually really help, get them what they want, but also get them what they need. And the communication piece is just, like making people aware of their the tone that they're using, their body language when they're communicating, their physiology when they're communicating, being able to like assess where their physiology is at while they're communicating.
Yes. Well, this is just, one particular, we just help them really know how to communicate in a way, because so often what we have to say is so important. How do we communicate it in a way that our partner? So we were just going through the base slide, which is we come up with lots of different acronyms. This is one, is that when you're speaking, to really acknowledge someone's best intentions, appreciation, strengths, empathy. So we train you on all sorts of things that are like, I think one of the things that we love is how do we make it as accessible and easy to understand and remember for both you and the clients, because the more easily we can understand it and grasp it and remember it, of course, we'll be so much more likely to apply it in our lives in a way that deeply serves us. So we go over emotional intimacy. So some couples are longing for more physical intimacy, or some partners, some are really longing for more emotional intimacy. We have some of the most profound exercises. I love this module so much, all about creating a safe space and really transforming the fears that stand in the way of heart connection with our beloved, how to move through those, and some different exercises that we could do, emotional jackets, how to do relationship check-ins, how to do them with our clients, and how to teach them to do it themselves. There's so much. We have packed this program. So these trainings are always 2 hours long. So the Q&A is 1 hour, partner call is 1 hour, but these are actually 2 hours long. Again, more assessments, like what is my biggest fear of commitment and of opening my heart? So you'll get to help couples like really identify what's not working, and then exactly know the roadmap to get them to whatever their relationship goals are. We've got 2 weeks on personal transformation. So we won't go through all of these, but sometimes it's the relationship we need to really grow and show up for it differently. Other times it's our own anxiety, our own stress that we want to really be managing, regulating our own nervous system, getting clear on, maybe our relationship is bringing up how we're dissatisfied in other areas of life, like our career, our purpose. So we're going to guide you through some of our favorite tools for personal transformation and healing. We'll go over, this is all trauma informed. So certainly if past traumas are impacting somebody's ability to really experience the kind of love they've always wanted. We've got 2 modules on healing from affairs. So that's so important, is to know how to help a couple in a way that fully honors both of them during the most delicate time of their lives, perhaps, into a time of deep healing. How to understand why the affair happened, how to rebuild trust, and how to learn to love each other in ways beyond anything they have before.
Yeah. Most coaching students who are coming into the program who haven't already done private practice work can feel pretty intimidated about the thought of working with clients who are healing from an affair. And once you kind of understand our system and the different types of healing that we can do, the different exercises that you can take, these clients are coming in like they're just like so raw, they're like so hurting when they come in, kind of wanting to heal from an affair. And but we're going to give you like everything you need to actually do that. And it really can be so beautiful when we see those cases of people just coming in like so hurt, and then to see them like maybe even just like a couple of months later, after you've done work with them, and to see them like their relationship being possibly in a better place than ever, to kind of use that that breakdown and all that hurt as a way, to create a breakthrough. There's just really, nothing more beautiful.
Yeah, it is the most inspiring, heartwarming, fulfilling work we could ever imagine. So here, more acronyms to help you as a coach. Like if someone's like, oh, we're reeling in this painful situation, whatever it might be, like an affair, we're like, oh, rebuild. Okay. So here's an acronym we came up with, like, oh, right. Here are the different steps, because it's so meaningful. Again, it's so empowering for you as the coach, because you're like, whatever people come to you with, you're going to know, like, oh, okay, I have that flashlight. I know that way out. Whereas before I studied relationships, even friends would share with me about things they were experiencing in their relationship. And I was like, I wish I knew exactly the right words. And now it is just so extraordinary. Like whether it's people you love or colleagues at work or clients who will be so lucky to be served by you, when they come with something so difficult, you're like, oh, I've got you. There's a roadmap. Here's how you can make sense of that. And they're like, oh my gosh, you just explained my whole life, my whole relationship. And here's the way to really make it work. Here's a different way of understanding it and seeing it. It is just an invaluable gift that you get to give people. So these next 2 weeks are all about sexuality. So many couples will, reach out for support, especially when they have differences in their desire for sexuality. So we will get you so equipped on how to understand the science of attraction and passion and keeping the spark alive, and what to do when sex drive's different, how to even understand what a sex drive is, and how to support couples in keeping the spark and passion alive for a lifetime.
After the romance stage, a majority of couples will begin to have some difficult moments around desire discrepancy, so that their libidos don't match up. And in knowing how to navigate that makes a huge difference in the relationship. And so, yeah, these 2 modules are going to really help you, give them like the arm them with the knowledge, tools, and exercises that they need to manage that well.
Yeah, you got it. So yeah, both of these are all about helping couples transform sexual challenges and reignite the spark. So, so many fun exercises that you get to do with couples, and will transform your own relationship, and you'll start to really unpack your own kind of sexuality imprints and all of it. So then we move into setting a couple up for lasting change. So how to have a thriving relationship really for a lifetime. So much goodness. Module 18 is proven formula for sessions. This is about when you're kind of getting ready to start seeing clients. So again, as we mentioned, we just map it all out for you. So you'll see here, these are just how to structure sessions. We just really go through how to do this, how to be a transformative coach that gets results. What you would be after 6 months to truly be one of the greatest relationship experts on the planet. We have, certainly some therapists and experienced coaches that do this program, but others that have never done coaching or anything like it before. And they start seeing clients, practice clients, and clients are like, oh my gosh, we went to couples counseling for 10 years elsewhere, and I got more out of this 1 session or 2 sessions than we did then. So we just get so excited and so inspired by our students, watching them shine. And that's what we want so much, is for you to have everything it takes. So here's like 10 sessions we guide you through how to structure sessions, all of that. We give you posts to recruit clients on social media. We just support you with all of that. And you're coaching each other. We bring clients to one another. So it's really, really so amazing. And then we have 3 weeks where Brett does trainings on some special considerations.
Yeah, so these special considerations are for really exceptional situations that you are inevitably going to run into occasionally as a coach. Not often, but occasionally. So we're going to do a special module on addictions, because that's so prevalent these days. And you don't need to be an expert on addictions. You're not going to be treating somebody for addictions. This module will just teach you how to support and help a couple where one or both of them is struggling with an addiction. You'll know how to kind of refer them to support, how to work how the rules change a little bit in the relationship work when there's addiction at play, or in these other modules. We'll go over intimate partner violence, and we'll go over personality disorders. So with kind of emphasis on narcissism and borderline personality disorder. And so when, whether it's addiction, a personality disorder, or intimate partner violence, the rules change. And so you need to know that so that you don't unwittingly, create a situation that's like supporting abusive behavior, and therefore kind of harming your clients. So these modules would just kind of, teach you, what to look for, right? What are the kind of red flags, and what to be mindful of to make sure that you're not doing anything that's harming your clients, and just supporting them and getting the help that they need. And again, these are situations that you won't be directly like helping people with these conditions. You'll just know when and how to refer them, to basically expand your team, your coaching team or your treatment team, so that everything's getting addressed that should get addressed.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's so wonderful to have Brett as a licensed clinical psychotherapist with his background in, leading outpatient programs for people with addictions and working in the emergency department at the hospital. And then I've been a coach for well over 15 years, doing more of a kind of holistic coaching. So you really have those two different combinations in the male and female perspective. So here's some bonus sessions. So we've been so fortunate to have incredible guest speakers. So here's Gina Forrest. She's the Chief Diversity Officer with
Dr.
Indiana
Forrest.
Supreme Court. So she comes and shares with us how to be inclusive. We've got a training on gender and how to really honor people and have the sensitivity around people's sexuality. And then we have an autistic training as well for the autistic community. And then we also had Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, who is New York Times bestselling author, Harvard-trained neuroanatomist, just beloved, brilliant, shining light in the world. She came and spoke, did a special presentation just for this program, all about how to create a whole brain relationship that will rock your world. So that's in here. And then here's the collection of all the handouts. We just have them all in one easy place for you. We go over how to create this amazing binder that you can share with your clients, and how to store them, how to send them to clients. They are all yours. It's like a ready-made coaching practice, all set up for you. Then we also have these example sessions. So 10 example sessions. We are so indebted to these with Kristen and incredible couples who just share. This is the only place we share kind of the behind the scenes of what actually happens in sessions. These are some of the most deeply moving and inspiring moments with couples. So we're actually showing you what the tools look like, how they come to life. So that helps people. So you kind of learn them, you are applying them to your own life, and here you get to kind of watch them and the magic they work. It definitely is one of people's favorite parts, is getting to see the tools be modeled there. And then business boot camp, we go over all the things. The aim is that by the end of the program, you are going to have a business in place and ready to roll. And we do those in sessions again together. We come on live. They're always recorded, but ideally you're there live so that I can answer every question. Anything that kind of stands in the way, we're like, okay, let's just address it right there. We've all got this. We'll be cheering you on. It is my honor and passion to make the business side as easy and fun as possible, so nothing stands in the way of you sharing your gifts with the world. So we go over how to create an online scheduler and a website and a logo and a business name, how to do social media, and all the things, how to build your email list. It's like step by step by step, and we do it together, and you will be amazed by how much you'll have set up by the end of the program. So that was a lot. We just like flew through that. There's so much. It's kind of a power-packed program. And you can see so much more too if you go to this page here on our website. If you just click on Become a Coach, you've probably been to this website. You'll see so much more here as well, because we went through it, of course, so quickly. And you'll see on this page, if you have not yet applied, you'll see places where you can put your information in here to get the details and application. And you'll also see places where you can schedule a call. If you already had a call, you can schedule another call. If you haven't watched this training, totally check out that free training. But you'll see places in here, lots of beautiful, wonderful things our dear students have shared. Here you'll see like sign up for a free 20-minute consultation. And so we highly recommend you can do this with Kate. She's so wonderful and warm, and it'll truly be like having coffee or tea with a dear friend. There's no pressure on these calls. We are just here. If this is your heart's desire to do something that fills you up, that just gives your life meaning and purpose, and that you get to also experience this lifestyle of abundance and freedom, and that you just know that you kind of can have like the greatest relationships in your own life and all the realms, that is what your heart's desire is, then we are here to make that dream a reality for you, without any pressure. Or you can select meeting with Brett. So you'll see a whole variety of times available. We've got like daytimes and evenings between the two of them. So you'll be so set to meet with them. So you can just go ahead and jump to that or apply. We are just so here for you in any way to answer your questions. Yes. We always want to go above and beyond. It's nearly all of our students say that the program far exceeded their expectations, and that is our wish at every turn, that it does that it just serves you and empowers you and inspires you and uplifts you and nourishes you and just catapults you into the next best chapter yet of your life. Oh, we are available if you have any questions here. Thank you so much for your interest and being here and just wanting to spread more love in the world. Oh yeah, here's a little pop-up. You can also schedule a call there. So definitely check out this website. There's so much you can hear from other students that have done the course. You'll see lots of testimonials on this page. So just know that this page is that has lots of questions we answer there as well. So let's hear, does anybody here on the call have any questions? We are so happy to answer them for you. And again, classes start February 27th. So coming up here soon, which is exciting. And you get to move at your own pace. So if you have to be out of town for a month, no big deal. You can just catch up when you get back. You can just hop right back in. It's so flexible.
Watch the replays, watch the recordings.
Yeah, while you're driving to work or brushing your teeth in the morning, you don't have to be on things live. You can do it all at your own pace, whatever works for you. And you can get it done even faster than 6 months at that. If you were like, I want to be certified in 3 months, you can always just like power pack it in. Or if you want to take longer, you can take longer. It's really designed to be 6 months. If you want to spend like, 4 or 5 hours a week, or 4 minimum, I'd say, hours a week. So yeah, do we have questions?